Hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Point Blank, where we touch the issues that matter to you. I'm Daryl.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Sara.
Penny.
Yes, and she's Penny. Tonight we have, of course, Penny, who is Miss Penny Lo, an MP of Pasir Ris-Punggol GRC and President and founder of SIP. A warm welcome to Miss Penny Lo.
Thank you.
欢迎光临，欢迎光临。
谢谢。
So this is the first time we've been in our studio. We've seen you outside. We've seen your press conferences on TV.
She's just finding it a bit difficult. She's awestruck.
Yes.
Okay, before we begin, for those of you who don't know, SIP, or Social Innovation Park, is an impartial, not-for-profit organisation that aims to build a network of change leaders across sectors to spark positive social change in Asia.
That's right.
Yes. In case you fell asleep. Short points.
We also discussed
Short points.
some parts of this in our previous episodes, where we had in our studio Ms. Lim Chu, the co-founder of SIP and also founder of 77th Street, as well as Mr. Kenny Lo, who's the founder of the City Harvest Education Centre.
So last week we had two park performers who came to show their skills.
Were those the balloon ones?
Yes.
That is
Sorry,
very cool.
They were very good.
Oh,
Yes.
they're gone
Very
now.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, but why don't we take a look at the video that on SIP.
Now.
I'm here with Judy Ho. She's the immediate past president of the Heart of Hearing and the Deaf. So Judy, tell us a bit about your background.
I became deaf when I was about 10 years old. And I'm the only one in the family with this problem.
So sorry, we actually played the wrong video. We will give you the real video that we are supposed to inform you about Social Innovation Park now. Stay tuned. Keep watching.
Social innovation is a process by which paradigms are being shifted for the greater good of society.
If you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach a man how to fish, then he will feed himself.
怎么样去思考一个可持续性的、很简单的人人参与？
To bring together the three P's, people, public and private sector, to highlight the work of innovators and social entrepreneurs.
Well, that is a short summary of what SIP is all about.
So now we have Miss Penny tell us a bit more. So what were your previous experiences, or what motivated you to start an SIP?
You know, I never quite believe that it's one particular incident or just one experience itself, but I think it's really the life experience that I've had. I've had, I would say, a life which I've been very, very happy with. And it's a life which I think, you know, in part is due to the hard work that's put in, but a large part of it is due to fortuna, which is really good luck, you know, good fortune that has put us in
What
a place.
language is that?
Latin.
Latin. Yeah.
Not bad, Daryl. 真的蛮高的哦。
AE at the back. Okay, sorry.
So you know, I thought that, you know, with this good fortune, you know, what do we do with it? Do we then, you know, earn more money and put all this good fortune into our pockets, or do we then, you know, try to use this fortune, good fortune itself, to 造福人心, you know, meaning, you know, to give back and contribute to society and make a good social impact? And I guess, you know, I'm not talking about good fortune in terms of a lot of money, that kind of thing, which I don't, of course. But, you know, I've got a huge network of people who are highly successful, and I've got a good network of people who are highly influential. And it's a question of then, you know, how do I connect these people who are great leaders, great thought thinkers, great action leaders as well, who are doing a lot of good work in the business sector, in the government sector, as well as in the people sector, to connect with our locals.
Well, we know that you've traveled around a lot. You know, you've gone lots of different places. We actually have ding 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 ding.
So
This is a surprise, right?
Okay, so let's take a look at some of the photos, you know, of your travels, and maybe you can talk us through them as well. Okay. First.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! See, we're resourceful people.
Wow! Okay, so this was my hitchhiking days.
Okay, and
Yeah.
Okay, is that you?
or are you the one after this?
Well, it looks
Lower?
like it's me, you know, but
Oh, is
let's
this one
see.
you?
No. This is actually my hitchhiking partner. I'm not sure what she's going to say about this, but she's a lot taller, she's a lot slimmer, you know, and she looks a lot more attractive.
And
so
where
she's the honey in between the two of us, and she gets all the bees around her. So I'm pretty safe most part of the trip.
So,
Because she deflects all the attention.
Exactly. Yeah.
and where exactly was this? I mean, you guys were hitchhiking, but where?
You know, we hitchhiked in so many countries, more than 30 countries. I couldn't quite remember where this one was. I
Okay, can
think
we-
it's actually in France. Although if you zoom in, I'll be able to tell you.
We're all peering right now.
Yeah, I think it's in France itself.
Yeah, looks like France.
Yeah.
Let's go to
Yeah.
the next picture as well. Let's go to the next picture.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see the next picture. Ding, 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 ding.
Not this one you're talking about,
Are you
right?
nervous? Are you nervous about all the pictures that we've had?
Well, I'm impressed with what you pulled
How
out from I don't know where.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now take a look. This is actually one of...
Where is this?
Where is this exactly? We can't
Oh
tell.
wow. Okay, this is actually in Greece, and that's part of the what do you call that? The baby.
Baptism?
The baptism, yeah, exactly.
So
ceremony
what is that?
itself.
The feather there as well. I noticed.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let me tell you a little story. I was actually in Greece and hitchhiking right into the middle of Greece, and we happened to be at this place where they haven't seen a single tourist in the last 10 years, and let alone a
Single tourist in the last 10
yeah,
years.
and so they had no hotel, nothing, and we were standing by the side hitchhiking. And the funny thing was, a group of old ladies came by and said, "Hey, guess what? This is really dangerous for you to be hitching." And we're like, "Why is it dangerous?" "Oh, because the Albanians are looting the village."
Oh,
and we're
my.
like, "Oh, no wonder we saw people with bags, just running across all the time."
It's like early
So
Christmas.
you thought it was, that people were just running home after school and it's like...
Well, not exactly that, but then they took us in, and
So who are these
this
people here?
couple that you see is actually the grandparents of, or rather the parents of the group of old ladies who took us in. They're actually in their 80s.
Wow, but they don't look
And,
like they're in
and
their
you know
80s.
what he's doing? He's actually having my shoes in his hand. He's mending my shoes.
Oh, wow.
So my pair of shoes was so worn out, and he said, "No, that's not the way," So he started mending it.
That is so sweet.
And then we went to do a little bit of hunting, and that's where we got the souvenir, which is the feather from.
I see.
Yeah.
What bird was it?
Well, I don't remember
Quail.
what bird that was. Like that.
Probably it was a bird.
It was a bird for sure. Yeah.
Was a bird. Let's check
Yeah,
out
so
the
that's my
next photo
souvenir,
as
yeah.
well. Now, who are these people?
This is actually in Bulgaria.
Wow.
And these ladies, actually, if they stand up, you see that they're really short. But if you look at the house itself, if they stand up, they almost reach the roof.
Yeah.
And because these are the really ancient houses, and people used to be very short then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are
So
some of our
okay.
hosts as well, so we got to know them and befriended them.
How old
And,
were you when you were doing all this traveling?
26.
Also, like last year. So, okay.
No,
so
it was a long time ago now.
And who are these
Yeah.
people over here?
Yeah, this is actually in the student hostel, and in the student hostel they actually allow people to bring their family in, and this was a place called Rousseau, because we just hitched from Romania into Bulgaria, and this gentleman that you see around, they are the hostelites, and they took us in.
I see.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at the other photos that we have as well.
Oh,
No, this is
this
definitely
is your
you.
friend? Oh, this is you.
Definitely you.
Maybe it's my friend, but no, it's me. Well, that's in Venice. Yeah,
As well.
Venezia. And we were
Venice,
hitchhiking.
yeah.
We were wearing this Turkish hat. I'm not sure whether we're supposed to wear the Turkish hat as a female, but anyway, we were hitchhikers and we
And
did
it's
one.
cool.
Exactly.
So you've
yeah,
been
why
up to
not?
so many different places, and
Yeah.
I think you've actually seen a lot of different things as well. We actually have some photos of things that maybe possibly have affected, well, of course, this is your friend.
That's
your
right. That's
honey
right.
friend.
Ling.
Yes, and
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
will see some of the things that you've seen that possibly might have influenced you to start this social. Well, okay, not this.
Maybe music is blind music.
Photos from?
I think Sarah may have taken from
Sarah, you've got a collection of.
I know.
Sarah's like stalking you online.
Since 2003 or 4.
I mean, this is where you in Amman, right? Here?
That's right. That was in Amman itself. Yeah,
Okay, so you're very into arts to begin with.
Well, I'm quite into arts. I appreciate it, but I'm not an artist.
I see. Okay, now these are the photos which I think possibly might have influenced why you are in this.
Wow. I'm really asking, where did you get all these from?
But you probably Sarah's own picture, then she just push it in.
No, but these are your photos, right?
Yes, I recognize them.
So she recognizes them.
That's
They are
right.
genuinely taken by Penny Low. So
That's right.
Explain this photo to us.
Well, this is actually in London itself, and one of the things that I noticed when I traveled through Europe, I started with Romania, then Bulgaria, Macedonia, and Greece, Turkey, and then I went over to, from the not so rich side of Europe, I went over to the richer side of Europe, which is basically, Switzerland, London, France, and so on and so forth. And one thing that was really consistent throughout the whole travel was that I saw a lot of poverty on the ground itself, and a lot of people who just are homeless. So I started taking a lot of pictures of people who are homeless, and of course, the funny part was my friend took a picture of me at one of the railway station where we just pitch our own tent there and pitch out, and I looked at one of them. But putting that aside, so I started to take all these pictures, and they serve as a very good reflection for me, because personally, in Singapore itself, we don't see so much of poverty, and we don't see so much of homeless people, just lying around with a bottle of wine or a bottle of alcohol or cigarettes picked from the bins and all. And I thought, it served as a very good reminder.
But were they on welfare, like in these countries that you...
Well, I'm sure that some of them are on welfare, some of them, because they don't have an address and they don't have even a minimum job and so on, they probably are already off welfare.
So where was this photo?
This next picture.
Well, this is in Romania itself.
So
and these are some of the gypsies, and they are, in fact, a huge number of gypsies.
Photo,
I took this picture as well.
It's a very revealing photo, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the compassion in the photo, and you,
It's a magazine photo.
I took a series
very
of
National
it.
Geographic, very beautiful.
Yeah. So this was one that struck me right from the beginning of my travel, and in fact, this is one of the first homeless photos that I've taken, and it's basically a mother with 2 children, and they had a coin right on the floor itself, which I had some close-ups of it, and they didn't know what to do with it because Romania was experiencing a runaway inflation. So that coin itself, which is about less than 100 lei, lei is the currency. And that 100 lei itself couldn't even buy them a loaf of bread. And they were just staring at it, didn't know what to do with it.
Wow. Now, this, has got to do as well with a bit of, social innovation. I saw this photo, which you took as well. Now, this was in Seoul. And it's an old man who is selling his own stuff. He has his own store.
Sarah, I must say that I am very impressed and amused.
I know.
How you got hold of it?
I'm actually the next detective.
This,
You'll be good
every
at
time
it.
she fired up the computer, this is her homepage.
My goodness. Yeah. So this was in Seoul itself. That's right, and it's basically showing how the elderly in Seoul find their own pride, so to speak, in a craft that they are very familiar with, where they have an advantage in, and they make that not just a way of living, but they actually make that into a craft that they have a lot of pride about and dignity around it.
Is that one of the reasons why you are in the social innovation as well?
Well, you're quite right that all the travels set me thinking about what is it that I really want to do. If I could share a little story about my travel that really sparked me to think about what I want to do with my life. It was this time when I was in Turkey, and we were perched on top of the ancient graveyards of Hierapolis, which is just behind this white mountain range, tourist range called Pamukkale. And these are ancient tombstones. And then we started pondering about the question of life and death. And what my friend asked me was, so do you think that we were stupid to give up our jobs and then, come on such a travel? Or do you think that, we were very lucky to be able to do it? So we just looked at each other for like 3 seconds and we went like, well, we agreed. First of all, we have to be lucky. Lucky enough to be born in a place called Singapore that gives us, a good chance at education and a fair chance, opportunity at jobs. So that allows us to really fulfill our dreams, earn the money to fulfill our dreams. And that has got nothing to do with ourselves. Of course, we did a bit of hard work in studying for it, but really it is the work of the forefathers before us. And it's also fortuna, because comparing ourselves with someone else in the poor villages of India or even Africa, we are no more beautiful, we are no more smarter,
It's just opportunities.
But it's just opportunities and where I was born, right? So that is completely fortuna to me.
Yeah.
And then the second part is, then it is not just, being smart or stupid about making such a choice to travel, but it's really, the case where now with this fortuna, you make a decision. Every option has an opportunity cost.
Yeah.
And you make good what you want to do. And it was a choice that we made. Then my friend came in and asked, then now that, we've done this, are we happy enough if something should happen to us and, we have to wave goodbye, right? And again, we look at it and say, we're quite satisfied already. We've really done a lot and we've, fulfilled our dreams. I can't say we're ready to go, but then I think we have no regrets. Then what do we do with the rest of our lives?
That's why you became an MP.
No. That's why I decided that, now that I've taken so much from the society, that I was born and bred in, the next step must be contributing back to the society, And of course, what I did not know was that society, that was back in 1993, that we call Singapore, is now part of a much larger global village. And therefore, whatever that we do, hopefully, will become a source of strength and a movement that will impact the rest of the world to make this a more inclusive and a better world. And that's why SIP's vision is set to be that.